Namaste, all of you. Our Thursday Satsang, family get together of the Master's children. So we all have come after, in the last Thursday Satsang, we came after a long time. Again, now this will continue as long as we can on Thursdays. Uh, we've seen that if we call it Satsang, if it is on Thursday or if it is on any other day, there is a lot of difference. When it is on Thursday, which is Guruvar, the energy which flows is very different. You can experience when the satsang is going on, you can experience that flow of grace flowing through the words and everybody getting into that state of meditation easily. So last time we had what is enlightenment. And in satsang, Thursday satsang, you can't pre-decide the topic. It appears spontaneously as what the masters want. So let us pray to the masters and ask them what do they want to convey today. समर्पण करेंगे गुरुओं के चरणों में. We'll surrender at the lotus feet of the masters and ask them that what they want to communicate as per the energy of the day so that everyone can learn that and absorb it. Connect to your breath and lovingly observe the breath. As you breathe in, tilt your head slightly upward and let your attention be on a point where the head gets connected to the neck. Let your spine be straight but comfortable, not stretched, not stressed. Let the spine be straight and comfortable. Head slightly tilted upward and the observation at where the head is getting connected to the neck. And lovingly observe your breath. This is the easiest way of coming into the flow of intuitive cosmic energy. The mind settles, all the thoughts start dissolving, and the loving attention to the breath transports you into the higher dimension of prana. Which is the rejuvenating, healing energy, connecting to the grace of the masters. In this state now, let us chant Om 3 times. Take a deep, relaxed breath. Surrendering at the lotus feet of Puji Shri Mahavatar Babaji, the Moksha Guru, and all the masters of Guru Mandala. Let us offer the flowers of Guru Vandana prayers at their lotus feet. Om Akhandamandalaharam Vyaptam Yena Characharam तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। Seeking the blessings of the masters and getting absorbed into their grace, let us begin our Thursday Satsang today. गुरुवार का सत्संग, जहाँ गुरुओं की कृपा अविरत बरसते रहती है और हमें बहुत आसानी से हम उस कृपा के पात्र होके उसमें विलीन हो सकते हैं। ऐसा ये दिन है गुरुवार। We are starting our satsang now. Fortunately, and so being so blessed by the masters, a few days back, Gurudev Amarjyoti ji, Yogiraj Amarjyoti ji, had come here to, and we all the friends, a lot of friends from this group, we all had blessings of master in his presence. When the master comes and sits and you are in the field of the master, you can experience how his compassion, just flowing compassion, takes care of you. So much healing happens. You feel elated, exuberant, ecstatic. There are no words to explain that state, how you feel in the presence of the master. This time, the only message which Babaji was communicating all the time was that take care of your physical body, and healing is very easy if you are connected to the present moment. As soon as some imbalance comes in the physical body, the body intelligence is working, and it just says that, oh, here the imbalances come, and all the healing energy rushes to that point. At that point, if you are aware, simply say, oh, it's all right now, and just let your hand move there. Wherever the pain may be, wherever the wound may be, simply let the hand move there lovingly, being in that moment. No other thoughts. Oh, is this wound very, is it going to get healed or not? Or last time when it had happened, no thought should come at that time. That time you should be fully rooted into the present moment, connected simply to that healing energy which is eager to work and bring back the balance. Because that energy is wanting that balance to be brought. We have that shloka, right? Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhinam. Brahman is all the time working to establish the balance everywhere. So wherever there is imbalance and lack of prana, all the energy goes there to correct it. Allow that energy to work. And when we work in that way, when we are aware and allow that energy to work, and how can we allow that to work? By getting into a thoughtless state and by getting into a loving attention. If we can get into that state, the healing happens instantly. So, and take care of the physical body. The coming days are such that they will be challenging. And in those challenging days, simple, this attitude of remaining into the present moment and allowing that healing energy to work, if only these two things we can do, we will be remaining into that flow, and every time the healing will happen, we don't have to worry about it. That was his message. And not only that, when he was talking, actually the healing was happening with everybody who was present in that field. So be in love and compassion. Go on helping whoever is coming in your vicinity. And you can't help if the ego is there. Your presence simply should be so loving and compassionate that the presence itself heals that person. That person feels at ease in your presence, and that presence will make that healing possible. So we can do only one thing from our side. No ego of healing somebody, loving attention towards our own being, and when that is there, everything will be taken care of. That was a great message of the master. And whenever he comes, simply he just goes on giving everything without keeping here. Everything is available, how much ever is your capacity, go on telling. अपना झोला कितना है, अपने हाथ कितने हैं, उतना हम ले सकते हैं, वो तो लुटाते रहते हैं. तो यही अनुभव अभी थोड़े दिन पहले जब गुरुदेव अमर ज्योति जी आए थे तब हुआ. Fortunate few who were learning astrology on that day online also could have his darshan and could connect to him. So like Ramdas Lalita from Malaysia. So somewhere in Malaysia, somewhere in US, and they also could connect. It was a sudden visit. It was not announced. Even we didn't know that. So in that sudden visit also, all these things happened. That is why remain connected to the field of the masters. And that is the whole purpose of this Satsang. We remain in Sat Ka Sang. So truth, we are always connected to that truth, and we are lovingly connected to one another, and that group energy will pull that grace, and in that grace everything will be taken care of. So with this now we will enter in today's session today. We will invite our dear Guruji to take the things further.
Namaste and hearty welcome to all of you to this Thursday Satsang part 2. Last Thursday we discussed about what is enlightenment and we talked about few things. The first was attitudinal correction, second was Antakaran Shuddhi, and third was development of awareness and understanding. This 3-point formula was disclosed last time. Those who are very sincere and honest spiritual seekers, they must understand the importance of these 3 steps, and if you start working, there will be genuine spiritual evolution. Otherwise, these days, there are 1001 things that people are doing in the name of spirituality, but the real evolution does not happen. Okay? As a scientist, I had been measuring people's EQ. In corporate world, I have measured emotional quotient of more than 10,000 managers. So after working on IQ and EQ, I started working on SQ, which is spiritual quotient. So how do we actually increase the spiritual quotient? What I want to tell you is scientifically it is measurable. How to measure the spiritual evolution of a person. So there is a quotient called spiritual quotient, SQ. And it is possible to measure the SQ. I have designed my own scales for measurement of SQ, and one can very precisely measure this, and there are scientific ways to cross check it also. Okay, last time I talked quite a few about it, a few ways how to do that. So 3-step formula, and then we'll elaborate on that. The whole idea of this Thursday satsang is the genuine diamonds of the spirituality which are scientifically proven. Okay, I'm not a philosopher, I'm a scientist, so I will tell you from the scientific angle What is spirituality? What is enlightenment? What is liberation? How the sound frequencies work, because that is my major research area right now for almost 12 years, rigorously working on that. So why the spiritual evolution does not happen? Let's get to this 3-point formula. The first is attitudinal corrections. Every spiritual seeker, if you are really honest and sincere about your spiritual evolution, the first thing first that you need to do is your attitudinal corrections. What do we mean by attitudinal corrections? Attitude means how do we look at life? Jivan drashti, that's a word in Hindi for attitude. जीवन दृष्टि, जीवन को हम कैसे देखते हैं, जीवन देखने की दृष्टि कैसी है, how do we look at life, that is attitude. So whether half glass full or half glass empty, life is what it is. It's a package deal. It has good things, bad things, ugly things, everything is there. But how you look at it, that is your attitude. Life is what it is, okay? But if your attitude is positive, you'll find out something good. If your attitude is negative, you will mess up the life even if the best of the best things are available to you. So positive attitude plays a big role. For a beginner, it's a really important. Okay, so there are quite a few attitudes of a seeker. That's what we need to understand, that every spiritual seeker must do few attitudinal corrections. Number one attitudinal correction necessary for every spiritual seeker is attitude of learning. See, many people world over, okay, people expect kind of a miracle from master, saying that you touch on my head, or you do Shaktipat, or you do this, you do that, so that I will evolve spiritually, or I will become happy. Let me tell you, there is nothing like that. I don't deny that masters have the capacity to do the Shaktipat. Their presence really matters a lot. We experienced few days back at our home. Absolutely no denying that the presence of the master is a big blessing. Shaktipat is a reality. So I'm not saying no to that. But those spiritual seekers or students who are not willing to learn, they will not be benefited by the presence of the master. Nothing wrong with the master or master's capacity. Students who are not ready with the attitude of learning will not get anything in the presence of the master. We had been personally with our master Sri Dada Gavan almost for 2 decades in Thane. And I personally introduced more than 1,000 people to Dada Gavan. Most of my students, every time we go to Yavur, some of our students will be there and we introduce them to our master. For 20 years we were here together. Then after that he went to Satara before he left his body. But you see, out of those 1,000 students, nobody went there few times or continued to go deeper with that philosophy of whatever meditation he had been teaching. So what was lacking, what I understood is the attitude of learning, attitude of sincerity, perseverance, tenacity to continue. That was not there. So people simply drop out. You learn little bit here, little bit there, and you drop out and you don't go to the deeper levels. You don't achieve much anywhere. And then we start doing the fault finding with the masters. Oh, I went there, I did not get anything. You cannot get anything from anywhere because you have not developed the depth. To develop the depth, the first attitude that we need is attitude of learning. Some people are good at learning, some people are not. Even those who are good at learning, They learn, but that they don't go deeper, so they don't get anything. Just having an attitude of learning and not learning is also not a good idea. You should have the attitude of learning, you should learn, you should go deeper. Then only you will find something miraculous. Those who do not go deeper in any subject, they don't find anything. The real diamonds are in the depth of any subject. So if you pick up some subject, go to the end of it, go to the depth of it, then only you will get something. See, finding this sound frequencies, I had been doing research almost 12 years now, very rigorous research. Initially, few years, I did not get any breakthrough. Once I started getting breakthrough, more and more breakthroughs started coming. More and more insights started coming. More and more miracles could be created because of that. But it is all at the deeper level. People who do not have the attitude of going to the deeper levels, they don't get much in their life. So attitude of learning, attitude of going to the depth and achieving something is a very important. Mantra Shastra, suppose you want to learn how the mantras work. You have to do the mantra chanting, you have to understand the science, you have to go to the depth of it, you have to understand and experience the energy of the mantra. Then only what is known as a mantra siddhi will appear to you, not otherwise. So it's not for those people who do it for some time and then leave it. It doesn't work that way. And that is the case with any subject. You don't learn any subject in depth in few hours or few days. You have to spend years together, decades together. Then only you get that depth. Otherwise, not possible. See, right now we are teaching how to read Akashic records. It's amazing subject. Literally, almost every day, somebody's life is transformed because every day, at least one per day, reading is going on right now. Every day, somebody's life is transformed. It's absolutely amazing thing. Okay, past life readings are provided, whatever the plus point, minus points, strengths, weaknesses, blind spots, financial aspect, relationship aspect, spiritual aspect, everything is been written. Past life related issues, future, how the things will move. It's absolutely extraordinary. It's like the whole life reading. Some people work on those remedies, some people don't work. Those who work on the remedies and they understand essence and they start progressing, life changes in a miraculous manner. Some people keep that Akashic record book in the cupboard and forget about it. They don't get anything. Learning means understanding life and implementing what is been said. So I recommend certain remedies. Those remedies need to be implemented, then only the changes come. See, what is the meaning of attitude of learning? Look into your life, recognize your patterns, and if some pattern is creating trouble for you, then change that pattern. So when you become successful in changing the pattern, then only you have attitude of learning, otherwise you don't have the attitude of learning. At least that much depth is what we want. Every spiritual seeker must learn to the extent that you understand and recognize your own patterns. What kind of patterns? Behavioral pattern, habit patterns, thinking patterns, emotional patterns, karmic patterns, and soul patterns. These are subtler aspects. So subtler aspect, if you don't understand, that's okay. At least you should be good enough to recognize your habit patterns, behavioral pattern, thought patterns, emotional pattern. That much you should be able to do. See, your habit patterns and your behavioral patterns are seen by outsiders also. Your near ones will know because those are seen. What is not seen is your emotional pattern because it's inside you, but sometimes it reflects. So even emotional patterns are seen, and your thinking patterns. But it is your thought that reflects into your behavior. It is the subtle personality that reflects into the gross personality. So if you, a person who has the ability to see deeper will know your thoughts and emotions because you operate from that level. So whatever your thoughts and emotions are there, we're actually reflect into your behavioral patterns, your habit patterns. So, subtle personality is seen in the grosser personality because of your behavior. So, where does the spirituality come into picture? Spirituality is all about awareness development. The first awareness is develop the awareness of your patterns of thinking, your patterns of behavior, your habit patterns. So recognizing the behavioral pattern, and if the pattern is not good, it's creating trouble for your health, it's creating trouble for your relationships, your financial well-being, your spiritual well-being, then that pattern should be corrected, that pattern should be changed, and that change you must be able to implement. When you implement that change, things start improving. That is called evolution. Your soul has learned the lesson and your soul is evolving by learning the lessons. That is what is the evolution in spiritual sense. That kind of evolution we want. Now listen carefully. I'm going to give you a very wonderful idea of how to recognize which area you need to grow. These are all great spiritual insights. You will miss it if you don't pay attention. So please pay attention what I'm telling you right now. Life always gives you signals which area you need to learn and grow. So how to recognize that signal? How to understand that signal? Very simple. Whichever area you are facing the problems, more or less repeatedly. Most of the time I have seen people face the problems repeatedly. So life is shouting at you, life is inviting your attention in that area, and you are not paying attention. That's why things are not improving. So whichever area you have a problem, which means you need to learn that lesson. Let me elaborate a little bit. Somebody is falling sick repeatedly, which means what? You have damaged your body, some part of your body is not working well, you have damaged, you have not learned the lesson, so you are repeatedly falling sick. You must learn how to take care of your health. Life is shouting at you, give me attention, give me attention. You are not paying attention, so the body is suffering. For some people, it is the relationship which is shouting. Some relationship not working, which means you are not paying attention there. What is required to be done is not done. That's why that relationship is not working. Which means what? Every day, life is giving us signals for spiritual evolution. Spiritual evolution is all through learning and experiencing. Learning the lessons in the human body. We are all spiritual beings having human body. Human body is to experience what is known as human experiences. So health-wise, relationships, financial aspects, spiritual growth, these are all human aspects. We are all spiritual beings experiencing these human aspects in human body. Our soul is learning the lessons and enjoying and elevating itself. So which lesson is your priority is decided by what is bothering you right now. That is your priority. Your botheration is your priority. This is a 100% scientific statement. Whatever is bothering you, that is your priority. That is the lesson that you need to learn. So if your health is giving you trouble, then you need to learn the healing lessons. If your relationship giving you trouble, you need to learn relationship lessons. If you have messed up your financial aspect, then you need to give attention to your finance. Or if you are not growing spiritually, then you need to give attention to your spiritual dimension. So life is very kind. Life gives us the signals every day. But we must be sensitive enough to understand the signals of life. Then only that attitude of learning is what we have learned. Otherwise, we have not learned that aspect. So very, very important. This is not something uh, extraordinary in the sense that people will not understand. See, life is shouting, literally. Every day, life is shouting at you. But you are not listening. That's the problem. If you start listening, thousand and one thing will start improving. The evolution will be so fast. So, spiritual people must learn few basic things, basic attitudinal correction. So first is the attitude of learning, recognizing our patterns and correcting our patterns. This is the fundamental education of learning. Second attitude is the attitude of forgiveness. Thousands of people on the planet Earth right now are suffering because they have not learned this lesson of forgiveness. So today I did a Akashic record for a person who is suffering with kidney failure, dialysis going on. So when I went deeper into the Akashic record reading, what I understood that person was holding lots of grudges about for others. That fellow did this to me, and this person did this to me, and he was holding all these grudges because he could not forgive those people, and kidney was damaged, and the gentleman was on dialysis. When you learn the lesson of forgiveness, when you let go of all those grudges, the burden that you are carrying, the baggage that you are carrying, the emotional baggage that you are carrying from the past, and if you are not able to forgive, then that reflects onto your kidneys for sure. It's a very well known scientific fact. Those who learn to forgive, their kidneys will function very well. You don't need dialysis. Something happened few decades back. You are holding those grudges. Why that happened to me? Why that fellow did that to me? And you are still not forgiven. That's how you damage your body. Your body parts, especially kidneys, will get damaged because of that. So, my dear friends, second attitude, very important for the spiritual seekers, is drop your baggage. You can't carry the burden, the baggage on your head and walk the path of spirituality. You have to be lighter. Drop the baggage of the past, be in the present moment and move. Otherwise, you cannot be on the spiritual pilgrimage. Spiritual pilgrimage is always done in a lighter manner. So don't carry too much of burden on your head, especially the emotional baggage that you are carrying is useless. Understand this, drop it. Forgive the people, forget about it. Suddenly you'll see your health improves in a big way. Sudden miraculous health improvements are possible. I'm seeing the improvements every day, some miracles are happening, but it will happen to whom? Only those who understand it and implement it, not otherwise. You can create miracle for yourself by dropping the baggage, by forgiving people, by being in the moment. Otherwise, your past will not allow you to be in the present moment. That is the problem. So, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be in the present moment, okay, Okay. Learn to forgive the people who have insulted you, hurt you, troubled you, whichever way. And forgive yourself also. Sometimes we abuse our own body. Substance abuse, very common. Smoking, drinking, it's like abusing one's own body. So learn to forgive yourself for whatever harm you have done to your body, yourself. So first forgiveness should be towards oneself, then forgive the nearby people, and then forgive everybody. Then only it is possible to experience the best of the best health. Otherwise, health and healing is impossible. As long as you are carrying the burden from the past, that burden that you are carrying does not allow the healing to happen. If you understand, in that very understanding, the dropping of the baggage happens. It's just a matter of understanding. One of the guru I met in Mumbai, name was Sri Ranjit Maharaj. His standard statement was, understanding is realizing. The great master of Inchigiri Sampradaya, he was the Guru Bandhu, the co-disciple of Nisargadatta Maharaj. Nisargadatta Maharaj became very popular with I Am That book. Nisargadatta Maharaj and Ranjit Maharaj's guru, Siddharameswar Maharaj from Solapur. Kolhapur. So there is a mutt there, Patri. Patri is a small village near Solapur in Maharashtra. Great master. It is said that almost all his disciples were enlightened. I especially went to that small dusty village called Patri, stayed there for 10 days because I was doing the research on how the enlightenment happens. So here we have a real case study. This master, Sri Siddharameswar Maharaj, almost all his disciples were enlightened, and so many of them I have personally met. So many disciples enlightened. So it was a case study for me. I went there to study how exactly this outburst of enlightenment happened, how so many people could get enlightened. Absolutely amazing things. Okay. My master used to say that our mind is like a dog. Dog does, bow, bow, bow. And he says the mind does how, how, how. So he had coined a new word called the howling mind. You know what is howling? Anything you say and the mind says, how do I do? How do I forgive? How do I forget? That howling mind can never be satisfied with anything because howling mind does not listen, is always asking how. No, the sound is like a dog. So howling mind will never understand anything. Howling mind itself need to be watched with aloof attention so that the howling mind disappears. The how itself disappears. The mind disappears. The baggage drops. The healing happens. Instant miracles. Being in the moment also needs one more attitude, and that is a attitude of being friendly with uncertainties. Being friendly with uncertainties. You see, just before we started this satsang, Guruma asked, what topic are you going to speak? I said, I don't know. I just got up, had my bath, I was drinking a cup of tea, getting ready. I have no idea about what I'm going to speak. I'm very friendly with uncertainties. I have no idea what I'm going to do. And that's perfectly fine. When you plan the things and things don't go as per the plan, you will become frustrated. I don't become frustrated because I don't plan the things. Whichever way it flows, that's it. Life is amazing. Krishna plays the bansuri. It's like a hollow bamboo, it's a hollow flute. Every person can become the bansuri of a Krishna, the hollow bamboo. If you learn this attitude of being friendly with uncertainty, God is blowing into you as a hollow bamboo. Whatever comes out will be musical, my dear friends. You don't have to plan the things. You have to simply be in the moment and do what is appropriate. That's it. So, appropriate action in a moment is a wonderful spiritual attitude. You need to learn that. Appropriate action, full of awareness in the moment, is what is the spiritual evolution. So, this sort of attitudinal corrections are necessary for us to evolve spiritually. People, spiritual seekers who do not focus on attitudinal correction, they don't go a long way. They will have this howling mind, dog like mind, nothing more than that. Because they don't listen, they don't understand, they don't think in a right manner, and they don't practice in a right manner, and they keep on seeking and searching like a dog, and they don't get anything. Avoiding the howling mind, going deeper into the understanding aspect, okay, is the real spiritual evolution. So there are many more attitudes. Right now, I look into the question, and if the time permits, I'll tell you a few more. Okay, let me see your questions from the beginning. Okay, we have the first question from Ram. How do we forgive? So this how has come, how do we forgive? If you want the process, Ram, I can describe. Uh, Close your eyes, go through your entire life, especially your childhood, because childhood memories can be very troubling. And whatever you can remember, bring it to your mental screen. And wherever you feel that somebody insulted you, somebody hurt you, somebody humiliated you, bring that on mind and forgive that person one by one. Forgive yourself how you behaved as a child. Probably you did not know, so you also behaved in a bad manner. That particular incident is there in your memory. Start forgiving yourself for each of that. Like that, scan your entire life. If you can do that, that is the way you'll be able to drop the baggage. You'll be able to forgive. Some people need some technical help. It's available, nothing wrong. Okay, second question from Ram. Does aloof attention help? For sure it helps, Ram. That is one of the most wonderful thing. That is the whole essence of my master's teaching, aloof attention. Krishna is asking, is there any emotional baggage related to poor eyesight? Maybe eyesight weakness is due to computers and phones. That is true, Krishna. All of us, we are sailing in the same boat. But those people who are not willing to see the other person's point of view, see, I'm not able to see, which means what? I'm not willing to see it from your angle. That is the spiritual insight into the eyesights. Yes, all our habit patterns, screen time, and all is damaging the eye. That's physical. But there is some spiritual insight. Why some people lose their eyes or vision, eyesight. So the spiritual insight is those who are not able to see the life as it is, or those who are not able to see the other person's point of view, or those who are not able to, or those who don't want to see into the certain situations, those are the people whose eyes get affected. People who look at everything in a crooked manner, they develop the squint in their eyes. So our attitudes, our mind, our thoughts, emotions, everything is influencing our body. Our physical body is purely designed and developed, custom designed by our karma. This is a very, very scientific statement. I was doing research. Yesterday I wrote in my diary this very great insight. You see, while teaching astrology, we are looking at the first house. The first house is about I, me, mind, physical personality, body, and all. What is your lagna in your horoscope? That decides your physical personality. Why you are born in the lagna that is you got in your horoscope? Because of your karma. So our past life karma gives us the physical looks. See, there are people who are wanting to lose their weight. Yesterday I got a person who want to gain the weight. There are people. So whether you want to lose weight or gain weight or whatever body you got, it's because of your karma. Okay, everybody has got a custom design. It's not a carbon copy. God does not believe in carbon copy. You are original. Your body, your face, everything is original, is unique. And it is based on your karma. So whatever may be the body, whether it is eyesight or anything, Krishna, it's all related to the karma. And karma is basically our own patterns. Pratyush Tomar is asking, Guruji, I understand forgiveness and its benefits a lot. But when we explain forgiveness principles to elders of house, they say if we just forgive and forget, people will come again and hurt us. Yes, it can happen. That's true. So you have to grow in awareness and understanding and assertiveness. You know, what is the solution, Pratyush, to this? All young people, I was teaching in a college. So I used to teach assertive communication, emotional intelligence, and stress management. These were my three subjects I was teaching in business school to MBA students. Okay. So when you develop the assertive communication, same people will not come and bother you. If they come and bother you, assertively you tell them so. So if you develop assertive communication, you will not be bothered. You need to develop emotional intelligence so that you are not emotionally troubled. Last camp I was talking about, some people are like drama kings. Some people, they do drama. Some are drama queens. Everything, they bring out the emotions and they create a drama. And those kind of drama kings and drama queens, they damage the health of other people around, because emotional stress is the root cause of all the troubles of our life, especially the health aspect. Emotional stress, listen carefully. Emotional stress is the root cause of majority of our problems, and this emotional stress is created by drama kings and drama queens who bring in the emotions for no reason. And the solution to this is living life functional. And that is, I believe, one of the major spiritual lesson all the spiritual seekers of the world must learn. Move away from unwanted negative emotions and live life more functional. Functionality is helpful to live life, not the emotionality. And when I say emotionality, I mean negative emotions. The drama that is created, emotional drama, is all full of negative emotions, and nobody should become a drama king or drama queen, because that will deteriorate your health and that will deteriorate people's health around you. The moment you have this insight, the moment you understand this, you are able to manage your emotions better. Suddenly you will be healthy, you will be healed. See, what happened, what did not happen in 700 lifetimes can happen in 7 days if you understand this one fact. Many people, especially in India, the social media, the film industry, and in general the stories that we have listened in the childhood has glorified the emotional aspect. And we all think that it's natural to be drama king or a drama queen, because you get attention. When you become emotional or when you can arouse other people's emotions, you get attention. You get votes. That's a political system. That's for ruling people. Okay. But that's not a right thing for the spiritual seeker. Your drama, emotional drama is hurting you. That you don't understand. You see, those who are very emotional people, health and healing will always be low. They are low on EQ. Emotional quotient is low, which is measurable. So, my dear friends, learning emotional intelligence, assertive communication, and stress management, because emotional stress is the root cause of all the troubles, is the solution. So, Pratyush, I read your question again. Did I cover up everything? Guruji, I understand forgiveness and its benefits a lot. But when we explain forgiveness principle to elders of the house, they say if we just forgive and forget, people will come again and hurt. Yes, Pratyush, it is true. What your elders are saying is true. So to understand and to counter that, what you need is assertive communication, emotional intelligence. These are the two things. If you develop, you will not face the same problem again. Ram is asking, in intelligence beyond thought, Dada says, let energy flow inside like you are saying. What does that mean? You don't interfere. That's all it means. We try to interfere everything with our thought mind. So if you can keep yourself in the aloof attention, then the energy flows and you don't need to bother about it. Dr. Kavita Gupta is asking, Guruji, I'm having complicated illnesses, one of which you know, and then asthmatic attacks now. This is happening for last 1 year after I lost my parents. What is the possible baggage I'm carrying? Please explain. Asthma, for sure, is 100% scientifically proven is basically because of your emotional baggage, for sure. People who are emotionally unhappy, they get asthmatic attack. It's directly related to your emotional intelligence. So people who learn the emotional intelligence, they can easily come out of asthmatic attacks. Those children who are pampered in the childhood are more likely to get asthmatic attack because life is not going to pamper you. So look into your baggage. Maybe you need to grow into emotional intelligence. Attention seeking is another, direct connection with asthma. Those children who are attention seeking, there are people who grow in the physical age, but psychologically they are stuck into that childhood where they are still attention seeking. Some people, 60 years, 70 years, they are still seeking attention of other people. So the psychological level is stuck somewhere at that childhood level. Physically, you have grown to 60, 70, whatever. So attention seeking can be another reason for asthma. You see, 150 cancer patient, okay, because now my setup is shifted to ashram. We are not able to continue, but that's still in the very much in my heart. Once I get my setup back or we create another setup, we will restart our sound healing for cancer patients. Right now we have about 150 cancer patients who have registered. And I have collected that data. Whenever time permits, I go on analyzing the horoscope. The root cause of cancer. Okay, this is not about Kavita's question. I'm telling you something else because it triggers some other things. The root cause of cancer is resentment. Again, it's an emotional baggage. What is resentment? ओ ऐसे पत्थर दिल इंसान को मेरी छाती से मैंने दूध पिलाया, या तो ऐसे पत्थर दिल इंसान को मेरी कोंख से मैंने जन्म दिया. This is resentment, typically in Hindi statements. Okay. So that resentment, which is an emotional stress, reflects into many diseases. Cancer, asthma, these are some of the common diseases. It can reflect on your bladder. It can reflect on your kidneys. It can reflect on your liver. Whichever is a weaker organ vibrating at a lesser frequency, it will catch there. So we have been taught to look at symptomatic aspect. Well, there's nothing wrong. Allopathic doctors will do that. Let them do that. It's their business. We as holistic healers, we must look into it holistically. What is the root cause? Your emotional stress is the root cause. Now, why does the emotional stress come? Because your EQ is low, your emotional quotient is low, you are not able to manage your emotional stress. That's why you are suffering emotionally. And when you suffer emotionally, all the diseases come because scientifically proven emotional stress is the root cause of all the troubles. Drama kings, drama queens to create troubles for themselves. Again, low EQ, nothing more than that. Shift from emotionality to functionality. See, something that can be finished off in one or two sentences. Other people are smart, they understand. But people will discuss it for 1 hour, 2 hour, create drama. That is the root cause of your physical troubles. This is 100% science, my dear friends. I can prove it in a laboratory. We have ample scientific methodology, research methodology to prove this thing. See, just 8-10 days back, we were having that conference with Dr. Bruce Lipton. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research, okay, show this is the latest research done by him. He was sharing in one of the conference was, he's a cell biologist, a very popular scientist, very well respected scientist. He took 10,000 stem cells in each petri dish and 3 dishes were there. And then he put some solutions in each dish separately. So the cells are same, the environment is different. Every 7 to 8 hours, replication of the cells happens. So 10,000 will become 20,000 in 7 hours time, 14 hours time, 20,000 will become 40,000, and like that. Every 7 hours they will double. 7 hours they will double. Every 7 hours they will double. So the cells grow. That's how exactly the embryo grows inside the mother's womb. The cells will double every 7 hours. And huge growth will happen. Because 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 32, 64, and then further things will be very, very fast. That's how the body grows inside the body, inside the womb. So same thing happened. Same stem cells were there in all the 3 dishes. Because of the environment, one dish it became the bone cell, in another dish it became the fat cell, in third dish it became the blood cells. This is the latest research by the cell biologist done in the laboratory, which proves that your environment is the big controlling factor for the evolution of the cell. When the RNA replication happens, it is the environment that is controlling. Okay, this is like a 100% guaranteed methodology given by a cell biologist in the latest conference. Now, what does it indicate? You are an emotional person, you are a drama queen. You want to create a drama, the drama, emotional drama is influencing your health. And that is what you don't understand. You are creating the emotional drama that is reflecting onto your health and you are absolutely unaware of it. That is the environment the cell biologist Bruce Lipton is talking about. Your mental emotional setup directly influences your health. People are suffering, but nobody is willing to look at the root cause. The root cause is your emotional baggage. And that is where we need to tackle a lot. Okay, we have a question from YouTube. Mr. Ajay Singh is asking, the thoughts and imaginative fear, worry become the stones in the kidney. I don't know exactly whether this is scientific or not. I will find out. If I come to know, I'll let you know. Asha Son is asking, can we change our karma, what we have done knowingly or unknowingly, and can bring good for ourselves and your family? And that is exactly, Asha Soni, what I'm changing. That's what I'm teaching actually. One of my program is स्वभाव परिवर्तन. कर्मों को कैसे बदलना. क्रिया योग में कर्मक शालन की विधि है. कर्मक शालन मीन्स कर्मा डिलीट एक्सरसाइज. Whatever knowingly, unknowingly we have done bad karma and we are suffering, well, we have a choice to suffer or not to suffer. People who learn, people who are willing to learn, people who are willing to do, we can change the effect of the karma by doing karma delete exercise. That is called karmakshalan, and that's the major portion of Kriya Yoga. You read the book Autobiography of a Yogi, Swami Yogananda very lovingly, compassionately had described one full page. What happens to karma when you do the Kriya? Mathematical calculation he has given. If you do Kriya, mathematically he has proven that your karma delete happens and you need not suffer your bad karma. So Kriya Yoga is the solution. Karma delete exercise, Karmakshalan Kriya is the solution. Nidhi is asking, Guruji, I have an operation next month. My uterus has to be removed. I'm a little worried about this operation. I want to get out of this fear. I want to heal myself. All the best, Nidhi. Take it as it comes. If it is to be removed, it is to be removed. That's fine. That's a doctor's decision. But being worried, being worrying about that is not going to help. Understand first thing first. Self love can be the solution. Love yourself. See, let's understand very fundamental again. You can't miss these points. The fear and love are like a darkness and sun. The fear is like darkness and love is like sun. When the sun is there, the darkness is not there. If the darkness is there, the sun is not there. The sun and the darkness, they don't meet. So the fear is there, which means the love is not there. If the love is there, the fear will not be there. Self-love is the solution, Nidhi. Okay. Uterus problem is linked to which emotion or karma? Yes, uterus. See, amazing things. If you tell me, do we have time? Yes, we have time. I can elaborate a little bit. It's a very interesting subject. Somebody was asking me, as a doctor, as a scientist, what is your take on which is the stronger gender, male or female? Without any hesitation, I said female. Person was scientist, not a philosopher. Understand? So when the scientists communicate, you have to back up with your data. They don't believe otherwise. It has to be data backed. I said, listen very carefully. This is very much appropriate, Nidhi. This is to your question. Male is inferior gender scientifically. Female is superior gender scientifically because it is only the female that can give birth to a new life. Male cannot do that. Of course, male's contribution is there, but very little. The fetus grows in the mother's womb for 9 months. So mother feels more connected to the child, not the father. That's why in Indian culture, we start with the prayers of mother. Om Matru Devo Bhava comes first and then comes Om Pitru Devo Bhava. So female gender is superior because only the female has the womb to carry the child. So uterus problem definitely in relation with the children. Some resentment with the children or gynecological disorders are related to sexuality. Either something related to self-love, something related to children, something related to sexuality. When such things bother, then only the uterus needs to be removed. I can't tell you, Nidhi, what it is, but you look into, these are the pointers. You look into it, you will understand. Okay, something from YouTube is coming. Mr. Mihir Wagela is asking, respected sir, request you please advise technique of allopotension once. There's no technique. You have to simply have allopotension. That's called howling mind. How? There is no how. You have to get into that by doing meditation. Okay. One more question from Dr. Kavita Gupta. Since we create emotional drama subconsciously, how do we control it? By being aware of it. subconscious is a habit pattern. Nobody told you, you thought that was right, so you carry on doing the same thing and you damage yourself. Somebody who is very loving and compassionate tells you this is so. And I have nothing to do with anybody's life. I'm not into business, I'm not doing anything. I'm a dropout. I'm happy in my own way. Sometimes I need to talk to the people just to help out of my love and compassion. I talk. So someone who has nothing to do with you. No business, nothing. No favors required. Nothing is required. If you understand that subconsciously you have learned to do the drama and now it's damaging, it's high time that you become aware of it. One thing that heals everything, listen very carefully, one thing that heals everything, that is awareness. So become aware of it, you are out of it. Miraculous healing happens. Shift from emotionality to functionality. From drama queen to Karya Samrat. What is Karya Samrat? Someone who is working in a right manner, functionally. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is Karya Samrat in that sense, because without getting affected by other people's criticism, he is all the time working, doing his job, not getting affected by what other people have to say. He is not an emotional person in that sense. He is sensitive to people's emotion, but he is not emotional in that sense. He is not touchy. Otherwise, he will not be able to work. Okay. So positive emotions are good, but he is not a drama king. There are many other people in politicians who are drama kings. I don't want to talk about them. I'm not a politician, but we should understand this is happening at a mass level. So, if it has become a subconscious pattern, okay, then becoming aware is the solution. Awareness development is the fantastic solution to healing. Okay, how much time we have? 10 more minutes. Okay, Kamya is asking, please clear the word functionality. Comes in acceptance. यही मतलब है क्या? Nothing is new under the sun. दुनिया में सब तरह के लोग हैं, सबको accept करो. क्या हम सही है? काम्या, if you don't understand functionality, emotionality यानी हिंदी में उसको क्या कहेंगे? भावनात्मक तौर पे कमजोर होना, भावनाओं में बह जाना. जैसे गुस्सा आ गया, गुस्से में बह गए, डर आ गया तो डर में बह गए, रोना धोना हो गया. इसको बोलते हैं भावनाओं में बह जाना, जिसके ऊपर भावनाओं के ऊपर कुछ कंट्रोल नहीं है, उसको इमोशनलिटी कहते हैं. फंक्शनलिटी यानी अपने काम पे ध्यान देना, भावनाओं में नहीं बहना, जो करना चाहिए वो करना. भावना ये इमोशनल ड्रामा है, और वही तो सब जड़ है, हर तकलीफ की जड़ है. मैंने देखा है जो जो लोगों को मेरी ये बात समझी, और मैं पूरा रिकॉर्ड रखता हूं बहुत अच्छे से. आई एम अ साइंटिस्ट हु मेंटेन द रिकॉर्ड. जी, मेरे सर्कल में जितने लोगों को ये बात समझी है कि शिफ्ट फ्रॉम इमोशनलिटी टू फंक्शन, सडनली हेल्थ इंप्रूव हुआ. ये साइंटिफिक फैक्ट है. यही डॉक्टर ब्रूस लिप्टन ने प्रूव किया. योर एनवायरनमेंट इज कंट्रोलिंग योर डीएनए. People feel DNA are controlling life. No, it's your environment that is controlling your life, not the DNA. तो काम की ओर ध्यान देना है, भावनाओं में नहीं फंसना है. That is the meaning. काम्या. Vibhor Mahendru asking, autobiography of yogi, wonderful book. Yes, it is. Vinaya Shetty is asking, Guruji, what is Kriya Yoga? Is doing Kriya same as Kriya Yoga? Is doing yoga same as? No, Kriya Yoga is a special branch, Vinaya. Kriya Yoga is available on our LMS, Learning Management System. Anybody in the world can learn at absolutely rock bottom prices. We have just kept some nominal amount, and you can learn all these things online, sitting at your home. Guruma, can you put Kriya Yoga level 1, the link for Vinaya? Okay, YouTube question. Archana Parab is asking, if a person has done certain action to harm anyone's life, So that person needs to be forgiven? Yes, for sure. If you don't forgive, then you are doing harm to yourself. That is the point. You don't want to harm yourself, so forgive. Whether that person deserves the forgiveness or not, that can be a debatable question. We don't want to debate on that. But you not forgiving is you are hurting yourself. So better to remove that hurt from your heart, clean your heart, and get ready for healing. That's much better solution than to keep on harboring that hurt and insult in your heart and not getting healed yourself. Okay, we have one more question from YouTube. Mr. Anup Agarwal asking how to control anger. Well, there are lots of anger management technique. Simplest thing is if you block your right nostril, okay, you cannot get angry. So keep a small cotton ball. Anytime the anger arises, just put the cotton ball in your right nostril. You can control the anger. Very simple technique. This is 100% guaranteed technique from Shiva Surodaya Shastra given by Lord Shiva. It's called Swara Yoga. All right. So we have covered up all the questions. Okay. So last 5 minutes. If you still have any question, you can punch it in the chat box. I'll come to you. Right now, I think I've seen all the questions and answered every question that is there. Cell biologists, what Dr. Bruce Lipton was talking is, it is your environment that controls your health. Your mental, emotional environment is controlling your DNA, and accordingly, you will have a good health or bad health. People who are emotionally happy, they live longer, they live healthy. There is a one survey which is moving on WhatsApp. Many times it came to me. I keep on deleting those things. One of the university in USA is doing research for many decades now, not years, decades. So the batch of people was selected and they are tracking their well-being every year by maintaining the records, and after maybe 7 decades now, that is over to the research, more than that, what scientists have seen is those people who had better relationships and less emotional stress, they are living their life healthy and longer. And those who are part of this drama, emotional drama, they have more illnesses. This is a proper validated research going on for decades together in a university level. So for sure we need to understand this thing, that it is your emotionality and that drama is what is spoiling your health. If you understand this right now, you will experience healing miracle, my dear friend, healing miracles. If you shift from emotionality to functionality, you stop becoming a drama queen or a drama king, immediately your health will improve. That is 100% scientific way to look at it. This is proven in a laboratory. Okay, this is proven by the survey. This can be proved into laboratory repeatedly. This is a guaranteed scientific methodology, my dear friends. People simply don't understand. That's the problem. So, one big takeaway for all of you today from this satsang is, don't be a drama king or a drama queen. If subconsciously you have developed these emotional patterns which are harmful, become aware and come out of it slowly, so that you start understanding. With understanding you can come out. Awareness and understanding are the two wings that we need to develop, and that is the solution. Okay, the howling mind can be tackled with this fundamental solution of developing awareness and understanding. That is the most fundamental solution for fundamental transformation of human beings. So what are the areas for the spiritual growth? Coming back to the attitudinal correction, grow in the dimension of awareness and understanding. come out of becoming drama queen, drama king. Shift from emotionality to functionality, and your health will improve in a very big way. I can give you 1,000 scientific experiments to prove this point, but we don't need to waste our time unnecessarily. Understand the essence of what is being said. You Google it, go to your Google Scholar, look into the research paper, you will find 5,000 research paper on this to support what I'm telling you. This is not an ordinary thing, this is a very well researched thing. Thousands of research papers are there to prove what I'm telling you. I'm a scientist, I'm not a philosopher. If you understand this, if you start shifting, you will experience miracle right now. We have 5 cases where even cancer has disappeared. Recorded. I have submitted to the international authorities on this. Even cancer has disappeared. It's all emotionality, my dear friends. If you learn, the healing miracles are happening every day. So don't take it lightly. Whatever I'm telling you is like a proper scientifically proven thing. If you learn right now, if you can come out of emotionality right now your health will improve in a big way. Few basic things. Forgive people, your kidneys will improve, bladder function will improve for sure. Okay. Learn to see other people's point of view, learn to see the life the way it is, your eyesight will improve. Okay, diabetes. India is the world capital of diabetes. More than 30 crore people right now are there in India who are suffering from diabetes. Do you know what is the root cause of diabetes? What is the fundamental? People who are self-centric. Self-centricness as a pattern. They fall prey to diabetes more. Okay, not that always so, but this is the fundamental background. Shifting from self-oriented approach to other-oriented approach is the guaranteed solution from this philosophy, okay, for diabetes. Being self-centric is the fundamental pattern which everybody will have. There's nothing wrong because that's a part of evolution. But as a human being, if we also become other-centric, diabetes can be miraculously cured. Simple thing. People don't know. 30 crore people need this insight. Becoming other-centric is the fundamental solution to diabetes. Most of the people don't know because these things, newspaper wala they don't want, TV wala they don't want. This is something very interesting, but there's no market for that. You start any channel on the TV, what do you see? Kidhar aag laga, murder hua, all negative news, and they disturb your mind. We need positive news channels. Some people should see the positive news channel and improve their life. Otherwise, all the media that is there is like more of a harmful than the useful thing. All right, Sadhana is asking, thank you, Guruji. Wonderful learning. Niru is, what about low back pain? Is related to what? Back pain. Okay, last, and then we stop here. Over to Guruma after a while. I am most responsible for my office, for my family, and I carry the burden on my back. If I don't go to the office, office will not run. You know, many people have this basic. If I don't go to office, how will the office run? If I'm not there at the home, how will my family run? So this is called perceived responsibility, and that reflects on your back. Where do you carry the burden? You carry on the back, mostly on the upper back. So frozen shoulder, upper back pain is more like work related. Lower back pain is more like family relationships. Spine related, the same thing. You know, there was one advertisement earlier days, you know, that one man carrying the whole globe on the back, Atlas sky map. Many people behave that way, you know, and that is the root cause of the back pain. दुनिया भर का जिम्मेदारी मेरे कंधे पे. If that is the feeling, you will have the back pain. Niru, I hope you understand. Okay. इतना भी अपने आप को इम्पोर्टेंस मत दो कि मेरे बिना कुछ होगा ही नहीं, चलेगा ही नहीं। अरे भैया, सबके बिना दुनिया चलती है। हम जब नहीं थे तभी भी दुनिया चल रही थी अच्छे से, हम नहीं रहेंगे तब भी दुनिया अच्छे से चलेगी। One should not get caught into self-importance too much. Yes, learn to respect everybody. That's fine. Okay. Hope you are enjoying. We'll continue next Thursday, but after that, I think 1 or 2 Thursdays will be missing because we'll be in the camp. From 22nd December, 23rd December to 31st December, if the Thursday comes in between, there will not be satsang because that time we'll be in the camp. All right. Otherwise, this Thursday satsang will continue. Not only that, if our setup is ready, then even sound healing will continue. Okay, but right now I'm not ready for this because my instruments are gone to other place. So right now we are not doing, but cancer patients. Okay, cancer research is very much dear to my heart. I'll continue working and do my inventions and do whatever help I can to heal the cancers. Okay, that's very much there. Ram is asking what is the camp. I'll put the camp details on the Thursday Satsang group, Ram. Right now we don't have time. Over to Guruma for prayers.
So, beautiful note on which we started the satsang, that healing energy, cosmic energy, is all the time at work. Only the howling mind, or only what I have heard, what I have experienced, is them. If these memories are coming, it will stop that healing energy from working. Or if the thoughts of anxiety, what will happen to me? So the thoughts of past or the thoughts of future, if they are coming, that's the only hindrance which is created for that healing energy. So if we can become empty, Guruji mentioned beautifully that if we can become the empty bamboo and go into the hands of Lord Krishna, a beautiful music will come. Our 7 chakras are the holes of that hollow bamboo. And through those 7 chakras, if the energy starts flowing the way it has to express in that present moment, as per the universal plan, then a beautiful music gets expressed in our life. How do we become empty? Simply, there is one mudra. If you know, these fingers have 5 elements. The thumb is fire element. This index finger represents the thoughts or the air element, because air element governs the thoughts. And the third is your ring finger. If your ring finger is earth element. So any thought, if you want to ground, what you do and give a fire of clarity, simply connect the finger, first finger, thumb, and the ring finger. These 3 fingers, if you connect and get into a deep breathing by paying the attention at the point where the head is touching the neck, simply the thoughts disappear. Simple technique. But mind says, such a simple thing. Thoughts are so strong, they don't go away. And if you don't try this, if you don't implement this, the results will not be there. Because mind always mind tries to keep you into the trouble so that it can remain intact. But if you are sincerely interested in coming out, these simple solutions are given by our scriptures. Rishis have given simplest solutions which are very easy to implement. But mind says, no, no, the solutions are very complex because my problem is complicated. I am so important. How can I have a simple problem? My problem is also complicated. And this itself keeps us into the trouble. Masters have given the solutions, implement them. Become empty. I can't forgive. If I say so, that means my disease or my illness is okay, but I don't want to forgive somebody. So if we are giving the energy to that thought of forgiveness, simply come into this mudra, do deep breathing, the thought will dissolve, and that thought further brings the emotionality. So if you can get detached with that thought, the further cycle of emotionality, then that emotionality bringing about the disease, all these things will stop. So just cut off at the thought level. How easy? Would you like to implement it? How simple? So this is how become empty, remain into the flow of cosmic energy, and the healing energy always works beautifully. Thursday satsangs are for this Paravani to flow and give simpler life solutions, wherein the life starts flowing. And when life starts flowing through us, the appropriate action comes out of us, the appropriate words flow through us, and the appropriate things are expressed, actions are done. We don't do, the ego goes away. This emptiness and vibrant awareness is a beautiful state. Once we experience that nectar, we don't want to go for the sugar syrup of temporary solutions. So connect to this nectar of vibrant awareness by becoming empty and connecting to the cosmic energy. And enjoy life in every moment. You will feel complete in yourself, and then you don't want to run out to find that joy or happiness. You're contented inside, and the flute is in the hands of Lord Krishna. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Anything that is auspicious, if we are connected to seeing that, if our eyes are seeing what is auspicious, or if we are connected to the field of auspiciousness, whatever we see becomes auspicious, whatever we hear becomes auspicious, and whatever flows through us is only the auspiciousness. Sarvato Bhadra. In that state, we all the time remain. So let everyone remain into this state of all auspiciousness by becoming oneself pure from inside and by expressing that purity and love out towards everyone who comes in our life. Om Sarvesham Swastirbhavatu सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनो सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति